WeatherTech is made right here in America, and it's perfect for an American-made summer. Because we cannonball into summer, hike all over it, slide down it, camp in it. It's one ice cream-covered, sandy, soaking wet mess of a season. Which is why WeatherTech floor liners and seat protectors are a must. We are road-tripping, beach-going, lake-jumping Americans, and that's just how we summer. WeatherTech, made in America for an American-made summer. Visit WeatherTech.com today.
Want to watch this episode? Check it out on my YouTube channel by going to youtube.com/@lanternslive. Welcome to Lanterns Live, the only live stream YouTube channel dedicated solely to the Green Lantern universe. I'm Ralph, and I am discussing Green Lantern 38 alongside Will from Green Lanterns Podcast. Will, how you doing? It's been a couple days. These weeks are taking forever, dude. It seems like it's been forever, right?
We are getting to hang out more frequently, but it still feels like a long time in between, which is crazy. But with all this lantern goodiness in between, oh, what a great time.
The wait for episode 3 is going to be forever.
Yeah, and it's already Wednesday. Only have a handful of days left to go before the weekend's here, and then the episode is here.
I guess I'm a pessimist because I'm like, it's only Wednesday.
I'm the other way. I'm like, we got Thursday, Friday, and then boom, weekend.
I want that Sunday. I want that Sunday to hit, but also like Sunday scaries. Yeah, I don't know. It's been wild, man. I've been just absolutely enjoying okay, so you sent me a text last week and you were like, dude, like the best part of this whole thing is being able to like chat and like talk about the discourse and stuff and all of that.
And specifically doing this with you.
Yeah, like it's just been an absolute blast, but man alive, these just waiting has been just brutal. It's been brutal.
The way I try to look at it is like it is a long wait, but it gives a full week's worth of time for fans to chime in with their theories and convince themselves that this must be this character and have this great time in the fandom where it's like you're not missing out if you miss a day, because the next day we're probably still having that same conversation. And then we only have, we're about to have episode 3 and there's only 5 more after that. And then it's gone. And then we're just waiting until ideally a season 2 or Man of Tomorrow. It's like, I'm just trying to enjoy it for as long as this ride will go on before things go back to normal. Yeah.
Which is fine. But the excitement around the show for us was always going to be like through the roof. But like people asking me at work about Green Lantern stuff, I'm like, man, that's never happened to me before, ever. The public perception of this show or the public response has been like so through the roof. Like I can't even believe, because we kept seeing the stuff where it's like HBO executives think Lanterns is great, and I'm like, yeah, but who the fuck are those guys? Who cares? Who cares what they think? Right. What do fans think? What do people think? Like, of course, an executive is going to be like hyping up their show.
That you're always wondering how much of it is they truly believe this, or how much of this is they're just trying to hype it up so people get excited. But I think it's clear now it might have been both.
Yeah, and it's up, and usually us like cynical fans are like, again, well, tell me what a real person thinks, like an actual fan. But it sounds like it's like doing well. I don't know what the numbers are this week, but like people are coming to my channel.
Should find out tomorrow or Friday if they're putting any numbers out, because usually if they do the 3 to 4 day viewership, they don't also do 11. But we'll find out. And like you said, I had to turn notifications on my phone off 2 Sundays in a row because I had friends and family texting me. But then like the other fandom I'm in, Lord of the Rings, on Torn Tuesday, it's the longest running Lord of the Rings fan site. They stream every Tuesday. 2 Tuesdays in a row now they've brought up Lanterns. And then I'm just scrolling through TikTok, And there's a real big Lord of the Rings TikToker. His name is Don Marshall. He's got hundreds of thousands of followers. He's the obscure Lord of the Rings facts guy. And he's on a live. And what's he talking about? Lanterns. Like, it is.
Is there crossover at all?
Very,
I
very
mean, rings,
minimal.
That's basically
so you have
it.
power rings in both. You have Larfleeze, selfish, greedy, doesn't want the ring, or doesn't want anybody else to have the ring, very much Gollum-like from Lord of the Rings. Yeah. And then there is a Green Lantern who was an actor first, and then became a Green Lantern named Charlie Vicker. And in the Rings of Power show, the lead actor who plays Sauron, his name is Charlie Vickers. Like, that's about as much crossover as I can come up with, but I've seen Lord of the Rings referenced in the GL comics at different times.
Isn't it so? Wow, that was awesome. My little Tails Sonic toy bounced off of my shelf and landed right into my trash can.
Keep hitting the B button.
Yeah, dude. Spin dash. Let's see. So here's something I may think, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this right away, but there is a guy who was a production designer on the Lord of the Rings film, the Peter Jackson films, and I think he went on to direct Mortal Engines. Was that the name of the movie? What's that guy's name? Christian?
I don't know, but I do know who you're talking about.
I wish I knew his name.
After Lord of the Rings, they had Mortal Engines pop up.
Yeah, Christian something or other. I'm going through this as quick as I can, but I want to say the dude that did designs for Lord of the Rings also did designs on lanterns or on the lantern power batteries and creatures from the 2011 film.
It's just
Christian
nice to log into the internet every day. And on my algorithm specifically, mostly like Reddit and Threads, 99% of what I'm seeing on the internet is very much so people who are like, I didn't know anything about Green Lantern before. I am like, what can I read about this? Because the show is so good. I need to know more. And it's been like, we talked about this a bunch going into this, but to actually see it play out where people are like, give me book recommendations, it's wild to me.
Is Threads very algorithm heavy? Is it because it seems like that's the only thing they're talking about is lanterns? So I was wondering if that was like the algorithm,
Yeah, Threads has this cool thing where
it's so good.
It's not trying to feed you hate unless you're seeking it, but you can literally go, if you type in as a thread post, if you say Threads, please show me more of, and then you list things you want to see more of, it will reset your algorithm to show you those things. And for me, it's like Lord of the Rings and Green Lantern stuff, and that's it. And right now it's like almost all Green Lantern stuff. But just seeing all these people hyping it up, talking about it, digging it, making memes of it. Every episode we're getting good memes. I just feel like we're onto something here that is special. And I'm trying to enjoy the moment while it's here, but also look forward to what's the next moment. What's Sunday going to bring us?
Yeah. I know what Sunday's going to bring us.
You do.
I'm excited. I do. People, I don't know. Again, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of something I could do. I can say on this episode that will show you guys that I've seen the first 7 episodes of Lanterns, and I'm trying to think of
a big name drop was coming.
Yes, and that was Mogo,
and it was Mogo,
which we may hear again in episode 6. Maybe name dropped. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say in this for this coming one, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because I don't want to give too much away, but
What about something like, will we see more apples?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, yeah, guys, it's the Jon Stewart one, and I've mentioned before that it's like it's my favorite Jon Stewart backstory. And I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of stuff that we haven't seen that people don't know. Um, this is going to be my clue for this is the clue for the next one. I can't believe he said yes. That's it. I'm not going to give any more clues than that, other than I can't believe he said yes.
See, Curtis Evans, Chicago said, I'd love to see a run of medieval Green Lantern stories. Game of Thrones on an alien planet. I just want to say, there used to be a game on PC called Infinite Crisis. It was a MOBA, like League of Legends. And in it, they had all these, like, alternate timeline Green Lantern characters, Batman characters, whatever. But one of them in there was called Arcane Green Lantern. And he was, like, armored up. He had an awesome-looking lantern. And if you go look up that art online, it is... I think it's one of the coolest looks I've seen for Hal. I love it.
Oh, let's look it up. Hope he didn't leave. Dave said, "Staying spoiler free. I'm out." Like I'm never gonna give like a crazy like spoiler. That's not my thing. Listen, I could have been dishing out like spoilers like left and right for a while now, but I won't do that. A lot of people are asking me like, Ralph, like, how are you? You've seen so much of the show. How are you not like showing that during the streams? And basically what I've been doing is like when I watch the episode on Sunday, it puts me in the same mindset I was the first time I watched it. And then I start coming up with the same questions. Oh yeah, that's rad.
Yeah, like that is such a dope look. Like even just everything about it was really, really cool. And I don't remember like what story they had as like his backstory in the game, but like the whole thing about it, like I would play him and be trash at him because I was better as a ranged character, but I would play him just because of how awesome he looks.
Yeah. Dude, Grant Major.
The other little bit of non-comic book news would be they announced today they wrapped filming Man of Tomorrow, and we somehow went all of this filming and still have not seen any leak of Jon Stewart's costume.
That's amazing.
Yep, they announced it today, and then I think it was Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult jumped into the lake or whatever nearby to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Another one down, baby.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can't believe it.
And then Paramount's boss said that if the merger goes through, there's no plans on removing Peter Safran or James Gunn from CEO DC.
I heard that Studios as well. That's awesome.
So go ahead and sign off on Lantern Season 2, baby.
I hope so. I really hope so. It sounds like Chris Mundy has said as much on the official like Lanterns podcast on HBO and YouTube that they're working on it. He said it's not greenlit yet, but they're working on season 2. Like it's I mean, I'm assuming that they don't announce that stuff until this maybe like the week before the season finale or something. So it's like it makes the news cycles and also like gets people to come see the finale.
What it is, and I only know this inside baseball from now working with so many of these studios to do like influencer things, but a lot of it is like they could know today that they want to renew it for season 2, but may hold the announcement weeks or even for when the show ends just to like have an additional bump up of like viewership at the end for the week after the finale or whatever. Like marketing is weird. I'm sure they do it because it works, but yeah, like it could be signed off today and announced today, or they could just announce it at the end of the season or months later, whenever they feel like they need a boost.
Hunter Iggy wants to know if they'll name drop Bruce Wayne. I don't know. I don't think so. So Grant Major, who is a production designer on Lord of the Rings, was also a production designer on Green Lantern.
There you go.
So there's your additional, like, your trivia for when you're on those streams and they're talking about lanterns. It's like, oh, there's a connection. John will marry Hal?
Well, because your hint was, can't believe he said yes.
Yeah.
Hey, do you think that that mansion was gifted to Hal by Ollie?
Maybe. I mean, he didn't really give any
rich
names.
Man.
Saved his son.
Probably has the money to hire that gardener to take care of, plants and stuff while he's gone.
I didn't hear that, but that sounds like a pretty fun theory. I don't know, though. I don't know. Like, legitimately, I don't know. There's a lot of things I know about that.
Well, they mentioned Batman. I doubt it, but there's been a bunch of, like, Gotham references in the show.
Yeah, there's been a couple of Gotham references.
Say hi to Barb, last name
again,
Kane.
This show, what I like about the show is I feel like Chris Mundy, Damon Lindelof, and Tom King were kind of saddled with a very specific budget to work in.
Mm-hmm.
And they're using it the best that they can when it comes to, like, visiting Sinestro. Like, it's like one scene, and there's really not a whole lot of, like, interplanetary travel. Definitely not as much as the books, but, well, maybe not this month's book of Green Lantern. There's more space travel in these 2 episodes than in Green Lantern 38. A little bit. But the thing is, what I do like what the creators have done is they're like, well, we can't show this stuff. Like, they're not going to let us show this stuff, but in the dialogue, we could say anything we want, and that doesn't cost any more money. And so every time they try, like, every time they get a chance, it seems like they put in some, like, Green Lantern lore that's basically there for the fans. Some people would call it fan service. I think it actually is fan service. Like, if it didn't have references to Mogo or Chip or like, we haven't seen Guardians yet, but they talk a lot about the Guardians.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's servicing the fans of Lanterns and Green Lanterns so that we keep being like, it's a Green Lantern show. It's a Green Lantern show. And they're giving us enough constructs and enough, like, flying each episode to keep it like, okay, they're still Green Lanterns. They're still doing their thing. But they're able to, like, sort of juggle, like, keeping the budget a little bit, manageable. I don't know how views convert to money for the studio. But the fact that the first week it was like 9.3 million and it was like the biggest DC show premiere to date.
No, hold on.
Hopefully,
let's get it right. The biggest superhero streaming show premiere for, like, season 1, episode 1, period. Marvel or DC, 9.3 million in 3 days. The only premiere bigger than what Lanterns did was season 2 of Loki. But season 1 Loki, not as good as Lanterns. Lanterns, season 1, episode 1, biggest premiere.
I was thinking about this. My wife was listening to NPR, Pop Culture Happy Hour, and they were doing a review on Lanterns, and they were commenting on stuff like John talking to his dad and the dad saying, like, basically telling John to keep his cool, that they're not allowed to show their temper, like that stuff. And we see that in episode 2 when John is like frustrated in his room and he like kicks the wall when when Hal is out of sight. They were talking about stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And they're saying how the series really didn't play on race that much. And for me, I'm like, hey, listen, guys, like, you clearly understood the stuff that they were dropping in there. Why do you need to be hit over the head with it? Because the first thing I thought of was Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If you watch that series, there's a lot of really subtle sort of social commentary in that show. And I'm like, this is great. Like, they're saying this stuff without hitting you over the head with it.
Yeah.
Until the finale episode where Falcon, who's now Captain America, is saying every single little lesson that we smart people already picked up on. And it drove me nuts that they were hitting us over the head with that stuff. So for me, I say, forget NPR. Don't listen to their reviews of Lanterns, because they want it to be something that the show is not, or they want it to be like hammered over your head a little bit more. And I'm just like, no. If you picked up on this subtle stuff, the show's doing it correctly. It's teaching
and
lessons.
It's like 4 minutes so far of 2 hours of TV that we've gotten so far, where they like talked about this stuff, like a minute walking down the road. Hey, button up, like they can, be whatever, but we can't, like tighten it up. Need you to be cool. And then in episode 2, when they're talking about the white bosses or whatever, it's like, is this also not realistic? You think that in a town that's like overwhelmingly majority white, and you meet up with like one of the few other people who happens to be like minority or POC, y'all wouldn't have a conversation about it real quick? It feels natural in the world. It makes sense. But like you said, it's not 45 minutes of going over it. I think Lanterns has been, there's like the drama, there's good cinematography, there's a little bit of racial stuff in there. You're getting your constructs,
the dialogue's great,
your lore drops. To me, it's like a buffet of television. It's a little bit of everything, and I think that they've done such a great job with it.
Brandon, I agree with you. Fantastic news hounds, terrible comic book fans. There is Glenn Weldon, who is on Pop Culture Happy Hour, who wrote a book on Superman. He's a massive DC fan. He was very complimentary of the show. So, and also they had seen 7 episodes and were like, kind of spoiling stuff down the road. And I'm like, Jesus, you guys, like, chill out. But they all did say, even though they watched all 7 episodes, they find themselves looking forward to watching it again week to week. So something's there. Something's there. So for me, when it comes to have seen 7 episodes, like I'm not like I've been absolutely enjoying rewatching them, having the week in between to actually like sort of absorb this stuff. The only break I had was between episode 4 and 5, and that was like a 3-month wait. So when you have an actual week, what's up?
Can you pull up Edward Scissorhands' comment here?
This one?
I'm not disagreeing with you, okay, but I would like to hear your explanation for why you think Hal is the secret benefactor who owns the Macon Ranch per se. And because wouldn't he just let himself on then? Wouldn't he be like, well, your NDA is to me, let me on? But you're not the first person I've seen say this, so I'm wondering if there's some like popular theory I've missed for 2 days about Hal being the benefactor.
That's fun though.
Eldon5420 said, howdy everyone. Welcome, Eldon. Good to see you here. If you're new to this, we do a little bit of like Lanterns and general stuff before we get into the comic.
I feel like the comic book issue episode that we do are usually tend to be lower viewed episodes. So since we're live, if someone pops in, it's fun to talk about Lanterns still. Also, again, for the last few months with the Green Lantern issues. They are they're not real heavy on sort of the serialized. Yeah, they're lower stakes, and there's not really a whole lot to talk about. It's very surface stuff. Because when Jeremy Adams was doing the stuff prior to Green Lantern 500, wait, which was that what it was? 500?
600.
600. It was all very like Jeff Johnsy, outer space, all kinds of stuff going on. There's a lot of speculation on what's going to happen next, where we think the story's going. These past like 4 or 5 issues have been very cut and dry, straightforward. Here's the adventure. It's, Kyle Rayner versus a ground level villain in Los Angeles. So like this is a fun time to talk about, and people want to talk about lanterns. So we'll chat about that. We'll get to the book in just a little bit. But I'm totally. See, this is the thing that's gonna be rough. So Peter Pohl asked, which episode shocked you the most that you saw?
Let me pitch you on one, and you tell me if this isn't true for you. It has to be episode 1, and not just because at the end finding out what had happened. But in your opening 5 minutes, you're having an adult father shoot at his son in the backyard, and that is John's upbringing that we are getting introduced to in the show. It is an oh crap moment to start the show. There's a couple more trickled in, and then it ends on another like holy crap, like didn't see the start coming and didn't see the finish coming. It's like there's probably other big things that happen in other episodes, but for like. You just get it like that episode sets the tone for the show.
Dude, know what I just thought of? When they open up the investigation on Hal's death, what if they find a whole apple under the bleachers?
Blame the dad.
that'd be nuts. I'm going to say this. I don't really want to give anything away. I don't know if anything really shocked me, other than the first episode, because of the 2 things you mentioned. But I think you guys are going to enjoy. Yeah, it's tough because there was someone out there who was saying, God, what was her name? You all knew her name. I didn't know who she was. You mentioned last week. She was saying that episode 5 is boring or bland or dumb. And I like that one quite a bit. So I'm afraid to say like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for, this episode was nuts, because it'll get expectations up. I don't want to get expectations up. Yeah. So Edward Scissorhands says because he's trying to flesh out the actual alien threat. And also he mentioned the universe being peaceful and it was all part of the world. So he's basically saying like, that Hal Jordan is the benefactor and thinks there's nothing that they should worry about. I don't know, because
yeah, it was Grace Randolph that got brought up the other week, and she didn't like
episode
5.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, everybody knows her name.
Somebody else earlier up said. It will let me scroll. Let me find it. There was another person that they brought up today where they were like, did you see that Fatal J called DCU Lanterns trash? No idea who's
Fatal J.
But what I can tell you is it's just an opinion, so they can't really be wrong, but his opinion is wrong. Yeah. Like you've seen 2 episodes, you see it for yourself. This is not trash.
Yeah.
Even people who don't like the Lantern stuff that's going on, like not Green Lantern enough, even most of them are like, wish it was cosmic, I wish there was more green.
Me too.
But yeah, it's a really good show.
Me too, but it's a really good show. And if this is the only way we can get Green Lantern on television, then I'll take it. Because there's more Green Lantern stuff in this than any other show on the TV.
And if it does well, which it has been doing, that's how we get more, and they can try bigger things.
Yeah. Jordan says, so you've seen more episodes than the first two? Yes. Every week when I go to post, I'll say, I've seen this episode and it's a good one. Come chat about it. I've seen 7. But yeah, I don't really, I'm afraid like of saying like favorite episode involving Hal Jordan. They're all great.
Of them, because Kyle Chandler is an amazing Hal Jordan.
Yeah. Like I'm not going to answer any of this. I can't answer. I'm not going to answer spoilers. I can tell you what I felt.
This has been my favorite theory though. That so the Green Lanterns and Anton's team hear that there is a Manhunter still alive and that it can take the shape of, whatever. And the theory is that Carrie is the only human in the town, and so it's not just one Manhunter, the entire rest of the town, all of them are Manhunters. But I would feel like at that point, that's enough. Like if you had 300 some odd Manhunters around, you probably don't need to hide who y'all are anymore. You've built it up a decent amount enough, and you can go, do whatever you want to do. You're policing of the galaxy as you see fit. I can't imagine that they would all be, but I do think the theory. If it
was all Manhunters, I feel like the Guardians would be involved somehow with this story.
Yeah, but think about it like this too: like going into the final episode, to have whoever's alive be able to go fight 300 Manhunters, the power that they would have to show. The CGI with all the effects to take out this many Manhunters, or all the backup from the core they would need, doesn't feel realistic for the show, but it would be cool to think about.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind getting to that spot though. Yeah. The only thing I could say is I love the show. I'm still excited to see it. Hal Jordan is great. Kyle Chandler's amazing. I don't really know what Grant Morrison's going on about. Like, he said some good things about the show, so I was like, oh, maybe he's trying to get, in that season 2 writer's room because we know he's thirsty. But to say that Kyle Chandler is not recognizable as Hal Jordan, like, I don't know, dude.
Here's what I would respond with when it comes to Grant Morrison, who is a very respected writer, not just for Green Lantern, but on other projects as well. I'll say this. The first time Grant commented about the show in a very negative light, it came to light shortly thereafter that he didn't even see the teaser. That he was ranting about. He just wanted to vent, and he said himself, part of it has to deal with the fact that he wants to be a part of stuff like this. He didn't get the job for it, so he was a little bit cranky. People would think maybe he wants to be part of the season 2 writer's room. And I won't tell you who is in it, but I do know that team has been completely filled out at the beginning of July, and he's not in it. So it's weird timing that now he's also saying something about the show once again, while not being part of the show's writing room for season 2. Just odd timing again.
I think Grant
Jeff B has a question for you.
Where's Jeff B's question?
Mm-hmm.
Is it this one?
Mm-hmm.
How are you liking your Ring Foundry replica? Can you give some details on the ring? I got it yesterday. I got my Arcus werewolf hands. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't have like the best camera to zoom in on stuff. I can't even do the thing where maybe that works. No.
We just have to pull it back a little bit and then turn it. Just give it a little bit of a side.
It's pretty amazing. I don't know what I don't. It's hard to say because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really wasn't expecting this ring. I did not pay for this ring. It was a gift from the Ring Foundry. I cannot thank Elias enough. We chatted on Saturday, just because I've been trying to get him on for like 2 years. And we finally got him on, and it was like Saturday morning at like 9 here. And he let me know that he was going to send one. He asked my ring size, and I'm like, because I said, I wish I could buy a ring foundry ring, but I have big ass hands. 15 and a half is my size. And then he asked me my address, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm like, okay. And I was like, I'm assuming, I'm like, he can't be sending me a ring. And basically sent me a tracking number, says your ring's in the mail. And I was like, holy crap. I had no idea what I was getting. And I told him that it was like incredibly generous. I said, I don't know why you're giving this to me. They're not inexpensive. Like they're pretty high priced. Yeah. And it's one of those things where, like, again, we just, our cat is now alive and my car is almost fixed, and that cost a lot of money to do. And he just told me, he said, hey, listen, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but basically he was saying, like, there's a lot of lanterns coverage these days. And he said, there's a few people out there, including Will, who have been doing like Green Lantern specific stuff for like a long time. Not just because of the Lantern show, but actual genuine fans out there who have been really, really trying to like shine that light on Green Lantern and stuff. And he said that he was just like, enjoyed the show, liked my positivity, and basically was just like, you kind of earn it. He said, you're kind of like, and I don't feel like I earn anything. I don't deserve it. But that being said, I kept talking to him about rings, after we were done. Cause we talked for I think a half hour after I finished the show. And I was talking to him about even when I put these on, when I grab one of these Blackest Night, rubber rings, and I go out of the house with it, I tell him, I said, I feel different. And I showed him the Ryan Reynolds one that I've been wearing for a while. And he was just like, yeah, see, he's like, that's what I'm talking about. He's like, you're out there, you love it. He said, basically, he's like, I don't know if you're religious or not, but basically Green Lantern's your religion. He said, when I got excited to hear the oath during the trailer, which you can all see me cry. I even though I've seen the show, it still made me cry. He said, that's the closest thing to seeing God, basically. That Green Lantern's your religion. You may not be a holy person or whatever, but there's something that makes you feel and makes you enjoy life. And he was basically saying that's the kind of person I want to have the ring. And he was just generous enough to just send me it. And I got to say, if anybody's thinking about getting a really good quality ring, I mean, this thing I handed it to my wife, and she's like, it's heavy. Yeah. It's got weight. I think it's brass. It's brass and silver or something. It's brass and something, but yeah, it was a complete gift. And I feel bad because people are sending me messages after I posted the image of it, and they're like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I say, for me, it's priceless.
Was it worth investing years of your life talking about Green Lantern? Also being part of a huge wave of when we first started talking about this show, a lot of people on the other side who either didn't want to see the show do well or just didn't like what the show was advertising itself as. And we would have people show up in the comments, haters all the time. And I'm sure he did as well when he first posted the ring, beautiful ring, but, the Lantern's ring looks dumb or whatever. I'm sure he got a million of those comments. Now, I am somebody who did pay for the ring. And I tell people this. I have the Ring Foundry ring. I have the DC Shop ring. I have the SDCC offsite event ring, and I have the Willpower Made ring. When looking at Lanterns rings specifically, those are like the people who make them or where you can get them. Ring Foundry is a couple $100 over what the others are. But if you want a screen accurate, beautifully made, heavy, like well-crafted ring, there is no better Green Lantern ring for lanterns than the Ring Foundry. If you want something official from DC, the only option is to get the DC shop ring, and it will come with a certificate of authenticity. It's $70, but it also only goes up to size 12. So if you've got over a 12, you've got to wear it on an odd finger, or you can't wear it at all, and it's just a display piece. The perk of getting the Willpower Made ring is it's definitely cheaper made. It's $60. It's like 3D print craft type material. It's not heavy. It's got no weight to it. But it will look screen accurate, and he can fit it to your size. Like mine goes over the middle finger without a problem, where, like I said, the DC shop ring is getting squeezed onto a ring finger. Definitely not going on the middle finger.
Yeah.
So like depending on like what your price range is and what you're looking for, there's multiple options to have, which is beautiful. But if you just want best of the best, you got to go sign up for the Ring Foundry newsletter to find out when they have them available next, because it's used like in batches. But that is by far the best Lanterns ring you can get.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's basically like I probably won't wear another ring. You know? So it's really sturdy. I absolutely adore it. It's an amazing gift. It's a generous gift, and I can't thank Elias enough because
Ralph confirmed if you tap it on the desk, you get 5% charge back, and you can fly for a little bit longer. I love that.
A lot of people were speculating. A lot of people were speculating that I took it off Hal Jordan's dead corpse.
Yeah,
but
yep.
But I assure you, I didn't.
I don't know. You've got the ring, and Hal doesn't.
It's true. It's just like you know what makes it better is it just shows like the sort of positivity and sort of the nature of the Green Lantern fandom. Like it really does. It shows just how like tight knit like Green Lantern fans are, because we've been waiting for a really long time for Green Lantern to be cool.
Hey, I got a question.
Since Blackest Night. Yeah, okay, go for it.
Pull out your phone.
Okay.
Look at your YouTube chat.
Okay, yeah.
And it says Infinite Entertainment 99 has sent 10 Lanterns Live gift memberships. What are those?
Shit. Okay, so if you are not a member, this is, first of all, Infinite Entertainment 99, thanks again. You were here on Sunday and you gave us a super chat, which was super generous. So now, guys, if you are not part of the Honor Guard, if you are not a member, one of the 99-cent members of Lanterns Live, I believe if you just go click on that chat, the green chat, that Infinite Entertainment 99 cent, you can basically get like a month free of Lanterns Live Honor Guard membership. That is super amazing. Infinite Entertainment. I wish I could just, maybe I'll just show it on here.
Click that works.
Folks in the chat, click that.
And he became an Honor Guard.
And he became an Honor Guard. And right now, because he's brand new, he's a White Circle, which means you're a Green Lantern trainee. And if you scroll through some of the folks in the chat, you can see that Brandon Kindle, his badge is a Alan Scott power battery. And then in a couple months, he will turn to a Green Lantern. Then after a year, a Red Lantern. After 2 years, an Orange Lantern, and so on and so forth. And we've got every color of the spectrum. If you're a member for 10 years of Lanterns Live, your badge will be a Guardian. It's the face of a Guardian. I think you could preview what the badges are in the membership, but that's super generous. So anybody who's not a member, go ahead and take advantage. Holy crap. Oh, Cloned Avenger, it's your boy Void. Opan OP Anime Lord, Jason, Ken Style, Billy, the only CJ proclaimed, Stephen Coakley, Jess have all taken advantage of that. I don't know if there are any left, but
Yeah, y'all should. If you were
yeah,
able to
jump on
snag
that.
one, again, give a huge thanks to Infinite Entertainment 99 for doing this. And yeah, you get to keep that white circle for a little bit at least for the first 2 months of training. Ralph won't let you go off planet. He won't even let you wear the ring. Basically copying exactly. That's where the
I'll
storyline
follow.
came from.
I'll follow comic book lore on that. You can go off planet and have a ring. You're being trained by Kilowog, not by crusty old Hal. Yeah, Darren Shimisagi's as rookies. Hey, you'll
Ralph,
get there.
we
You
have
guys
10
will
minutes. We should get into the comic. Speed
get
run.
there.
Or
Yeah,
skip it
I
and we
guess.
just change the name of the stream and we can do another.
Dude, it's so funny. I don't want to do another stream because there's really not much to talk about. Okay, let's talk about Green Lantern 38. Probably not the most exciting thing to happen to Green Lantern this week.
Mm-hmm.
But, Will, what were your thoughts on Green Lantern 38?
I feel a little bit in between on it. Like, overall, I think it's an okay issue still. I think Hal getting charged back up was great for the run. And I'm excited to see where, like, that backstory or that side story goes because it's not Kyle's story. But I was excited to start to see, like, what's happening between Kyle and Major Force. And then it did not go how I thought it was going to go.
No, what are your thoughts on Major Force being, I mean, not a good guy, but
He was
sort of
basically pardoned.
absolved? Yeah.
Where, like, we know what type of crazy crimes he's committed in the past. Like,
Right.
he is the character that did the infamous fridging that was a major issue in the comics, and people still talk about it today. And, idiots who don't like Kyle like to bring it up all the time. But, like, we were getting him on back in the comic with Kyle, and I thought for sure they were going to have to, like, Kyle was going to have to kill him or come close. Like, that's a lot of trauma to have to live through to see somebody who did this to somebody you loved. And, he walks away, and Odyssey's the one who... It's also kind of weird that Odyssey's the one who walks over to chat with him to see if he's okay, and it wasn't Jade who did it. So it's like, that was a little bit kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's the major force of it all. Like, I totally understand where Kyle's coming from. Like, I also don't trust Major Force. I don't care about it. I think Kyle has every right to toss that dude into the sun.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kyle is better than that. But man, there's being able to trust Major Force is going to take a lot. That side of the story I really liked. I liked all of that. I don't care for the big belly mascots.
To me, it's too much. You have the big belly mascots, you have the Condiment King, and then you have these new guys who showed up and called themselves Feast or whatever. It's too many food puns.
And like, Green Lantern's not involved with any of them yet. Like, Kyle just shows up and he's like, "What's going on here?" There's just like mayhem. Like, so for me, it's like this side story. I think which would be okay if we didn't also cut to a few pages of Hal. I think we were enjoying this book more when it came to sort of the exclusion of Hal's storyline. There was a couple of issues there where there wasn't Hal's, and Jeremy Adams really able to sort of spread his wings and tell this like very 1990s story. I think it was the Ring Foundry who mentioned that the cover of this issue has the Condiment King versus Kyle, and he's transitioning from street clothes into his Green Lantern uniform. Wrong symbol on the cover again. But he's wearing cargo pants, and cargo pants are very 90s. And I was like, I get it. I get what Jeremy Adams is doing, but I kind of want him to just stick to the Kyle story. And just the sprinkling of the Hal is just, it kind of is throwing me off a little.
Do you remember what issue was 600? Was that like 30, 31, or 32?
It's like 32, I think. Something like that.
So we're now 6 issues past that, and I feel like we're still on. And sure, in the grand scheme of things, it's only 6 comics, but I feel like we're still at like such a low point of stakes for Kyle. It needs to sort of, like, even at the end when he gets there in front of all these characters, him and Odyssey look at each other and they're like, "What's going on here?" You know, she said Earth. You said Earth was going to be weird, and he's like, "This is weird." Like, he doesn't seem like he's pressed or worried about what he's seeing in front of him. It's more like we're going to have to clean this up.
It's been 5. Green Lantern 600 was issue 33, so it's been 5 issues.
We're about half a year later, and I feel like we've got to hit that ramp up point at some point.
So the way the comics usually work, we get 7 issues of a thing, then that story is then put into like a trade paperback. So maybe we have two more of these sort of Kyle things. And it's not like I want to go back to like Hal Jordan. I just want to go back to Kyle in space, White Lantern, doing that stuff. I think he mentioned recently that like people weren't digging on this run of issues. I'm trying to like it. I'm a big fan of Kyle Rayner. I read Kyle Rayner in the 90s, and this feels like a almost pitch perfect throwback to like Ron Mars and Daryl Banks is Kyle Rayner. But I feel like so much since then has happened to now we can move on to like listen, I'm getting Lanterns grounded on TV. I don't want Lanterns grounded in the comics right now. Green Lantern Corps is so good too, which is
grounded
kind of
and Earth based, but I feel like there has to be like a bigger something coming for it to remain on it. Like maybe they go back to tracking down the guys who got out of the science cells, and maybe one of them ends up being like a big name that is a real threat, and then we have to see Kyle kind of push to his limits with Odyssey, with Jade, and then that would kind of hit more for me. But right now it's like I feel like we're just still, like I said, it's the very low stakes right now where I'm not worried at all. I was more worried about Kyle issues ago fighting something that could beat him up a little bit. Like these characters don't have me very worried about Kyle, so the threat level doesn't feel like it's there for me.
Yeah, same here. It doesn't mean that I don't enjoy reading it. I love seeing Kyle. It's always great to see Kyle. We're not getting that on TV. So there's that. I think we had an issue with like a couple issues back with Kyle finally using the white power.
It was like a Super Saiyan transformation. It's a big deal. He was finally using it, and we didn't even really see him get to use it. It was like one panel, and then he was back to normal out of energy. So I would love to see that sort of more. I will say, for a couple issues there, I was struggling with the art style of Kyle, and I felt like it was bouncing around too much. Where on one page he looked fine, then on another page he looked more like a cartoon from
Mr.
like the 80s or something. Yeah, and then in another page he had like 3 or 4 looks that they were kind of bouncing around. And this comic, from an art standpoint, seemed like it was more cohesive. Nothing too like drastically different where it stands out in any sort of bad way. I thought the art here was a lot better. I'm not sure which of the folks around, like, because sometimes if there's multiple artists on it, I'm not sure who did what page, but I thought the art in this was really good. And I'm not the biggest Hal fan in the world. I'm not anti-Hal, but I did like him stepping out of the ship, reaching out and recharging his ring. I thought that was awesome.
Shit. Yes, I am a big Hal fan. I'm a big Hal fan. He's
my number 2.
listen, like my least favorite of the main actual lanterns would be Simon Baz, but I still love Simon Baz. I think his run with Jessica Cruz in DC Rebirth I thought was amazing. So it's like you got to pick, like James Bond actors. Like I have my favorites and I have my least favorites. Doesn't mean I like my least favorite because they're still James Bond. So for me, like I love reading this stuff. It was just one of those things where it's like, oh man, we're finally getting the Green Lantern main book going back to Kyle's story, or being back to Kyle leading it. And it's just like, all right, I'm here for nothing but Kyle. And then just Hal has to be in there. You
got
just
your
Hal has
phone?
to be in there just a little bit. Yeah.
You got another one.
I know. I saw that. Brandon Kindle's putting the baby to bed. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Brandon. And I also noticed
Brandon has a
Brandon
nice
actually
icon.
can see this. Says if they glow with UV exposure. I didn't even check.
Yes.
I tried charging it here, and so it does. Someone was asking me if it glows. I tried seeing if it glowed with the past tense of glow is glue. Yeah. I tried it with a light. The first thing I tried and it didn't work, but I guess with
two ways to charge it that are quick. The first is if you have a UV light, it'll obviously charge through that pretty quickly. The other way is take the ring off your finger, turn on your camera flash, and charge it from the bottom, from like the inside going to the outside, and it'll maintain that light a little bit longer. You don't need to do it for very long, and it'll hold it for a bit there. That was the other way that I was doing it for a while. Yeah, I didn't think that it charged when I did my review. And then he was like, "Are you sure it doesn't light up? Have you tried charging your ring?" And then he like messaged me and was like, "Use your camera flashlight on it for a little bit, or take it out in the sun, or UV light."
Oh, it definitely glows.
Boom.
I mean, it's hard to see because I got like...
No, you can see it. You can see it for sure. You got
turn
you to glow.
my monitor down.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, someone asked me online, is like, does it glow? I'm like, no.
I said that in
so
my
now
review.
I need to go back. Now I need to go back and... Yeah,
I was like, I stand
watched
corrected.
your review. I watched your review, but
it does glow.
But it does. Shit, that's awesome. It's still glowing. I love it. Listen, I love the book. I love Jeremy Adams. Nothing against Jeremy Adams. I know he might be having a little bit of a rough time with this run. But I'll tell him this. He is writing exactly how Kyle was written in the 90s. And he's done it like pitch perfect. So nothing but praise for Jeremy Adams. Yeah, that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Check out Green Lantern 38. You're gonna have fun, but it is different. It is different. Any thoughts before we head out? Because yeah, it is. We've been going for 57 minutes.
Yep. No, just really cool to see the 10 gifted memberships. I thought that was
amazing.
Crazy. I hadn't seen
and
that
the super
before
chats
on YouTube. Super chats,
isn't that
for
cool?
sure. But guys, just in general, if you can't or just don't want to super chat, donate money, or become a member, that's fine. Like, it's your money. Times are tough for a lot of people, so like, don't spend it if you don't got it, even if it's just 99 cents. What does mean a lot though is just seeing anybody commenting. People showing up. It's cool to see the little number when it's like, this is how many people are tuned in right now. But seeing your comments, we can still interact with them that way.
Hit a like.
Still means just as much.
This live stream will process tomorrow morning at some point. If you want to come back, leave a comment, hit a like. If you have the option to hype it, do that. Hyping helps, I guess. I don't really know what it does. I don't even know if I can see my hype numbers. I don't know where all that is collected.
You have to go and click the hype on like your account that does the video, and it'll say you can't hype your own video, but here's how many hypes you're at. That's like the only way to check.
I can hype my own videos. Have other
accounts. On like another account. Yeah.
Like the Kaiju podcast and Vincipod, live action Star Wars, like all my other podcast channels.
Green Lanterns podcast hypes it.
Yeah. And what I've been doing is also when I'm done doing mine, I'll go to your most recent video and I'll do it all from there too. Since I already
Vector had a fun little TikTok video that he put out. I don't know if it was today or not, but in it, he just mentioned the word like godlike, and then further he mentioned the name Kyle. And I was like, I liked that video right then, and then I commented and I was like, all I heard was godlike and Kyle, and knew I had to like the video.
Yeah, we mentioned Man of Tomorrow wrapping filming, and we still didn't get to see.
Still haven't seen the suit.
Yeah.
Do we have Facebook pages? You might. I do, but I don't use it. Like if you go to greenlanternspodcast.com, that's where you can find my socials. Just not active on Facebook.
So this is what's been going on. Is I have a Facebook page. If you guys want to be my friend, send me a friend request. Just that name, you'll be able to find me, or you'll find my uncle. That's why I put the D, because his middle name's Jay. But anyway, so I realize I never go to Facebook, and I go to Facebook yesterday, and I realize every single Lanterns Live thing that I posted on Instagram is going to my personal page. And so I went in and I fixed that. So my Facebook will be active. You can find me at Lanterns Live anywhere, except X, because that's already taken by somebody else. But you can go to Facebook, and if you have that and on Instagram, you can get my Instagram posts. It also goes to Threads. I have been sort of not really posting on Blue Sky. But yeah, follow me on Threads. Let's do that. I feel like lately that's where I've been the most active. My Discord server, I finally got a permanent link for that. So if you look down below in the show description, that's been getting pretty active lately. The Discord server. So go over there and check that out and chat with us when we're not here. But yeah, at Lanterns Live, pretty much everywhere you'll find me. And then you'll find Will at greenlanterspodcast.com. And you have all your socials links, and you're good. Cool. Will, thank you for joining me. Maybe I'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, always.
And I can't thank you guys enough. Yeah. Like this community is awesome. And thanks again to Elias, because geez Louise. I wish everybody, like, I feel kind of bad that I got a free one. I wish everybody can just have access to one. It's really cool. But even if you don't have this one, wear whatever ring you have. Show your fandom out there in the world. Just find a lantern ring. Find a cheap one on eBay. Find like the Kyle Rayner one from like the glow in the dark one from like the 90s. Just get a ring, wear it out in public, because you'll find that a lot more people the last few weeks know what that ring means now. And you can talk about Green Lantern with new friends. Cool. Thanks, everybody. Will, thank you. We'll catch you soon. There you go. Those are
a ring.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you Sunday. Until then, beware my podcast. It's Lanterns Live.